You remember Naoka Clunis, the athlete, amateur throw athlete from Jamaica who qualified for the Olympics but failed to represent for Jamaica because of some administrative oversight from the Jamaica. Welcome back to another video. Welcome back to Right Narrative, where it's okay to be curious. Sort yourself out. NACA president warns region to prepare early for the World Championship. You remember Naoka Clunis, the athlete, amateur throw athlete from Jamaica who qualified for the Olympics but failed to represent for Jamaica because of some administrative oversight from the Jamaica Athletics Administration, Jamaica, the JAAA. Now, the North America, Central America, and Caribbean president warns that Jamaica need to sort themselves out. They need to be prepared because they haven't been the most efficient over the years, and they're asking that they just be a little bit more efficient and give these athletes the proper representation that they deserve going into the World Championship in Tokyo later this year. Naoka Clunis was one sad case, and there have been a lot of cases where athletes had been left hanging. They dropped the ball and the athletes had to pick the pieces up. We are seeing where the discus throw, I think it was Daniel Thomas, she had a lot to say. She was very blunt about what she had to say. The race's Grand Prix boss, Glenn Mills, he challenged for the top spot because he believed that he would have been able to do better or do more for the country. And a lot of us believe that he might be able to do more, especially with how he developed some great athletes, mentors some athletes all over the world, and he's responsible for a lot of the world records that have been broken throughout the world. Remember that 400-meter world record with Van Niekerk? That was while he was still at the Racers Track Club there in Jamaica. He got that extra mentorship from Glenn Mills, and as a result we saw what happened there. The Nigerian 100 meter record holder had been training down there in Jamaica as well. She will be at the Grand Prix. So Christopher Taylor is making his return, and Glenn Mills is very excited about what the Racers Grand Prix had become. He said that his dream was to see this event become an event where new up-and-coming athletes, transitioning athletes would have gotten an opportunity to be exposed to the rest of the world. You know, for those athletes who hadn't gotten the opportunity to travel outside of the country and develop their talents, you know, those who went to the collegiate circuit in the different countries throughout the world, the ones who trained in Jamaica, the ones who are fresh out of high school, transitioning to the pro and to the clubs in Jamaica. He wanted to give them a platform where they could display their talent, and he felt like the Racers Grand Prix is one such event where it attracts international athletes who are asking, they're signing up to represent, to be a part of this very unique event, the 7th stage in an event that he said that is getting so much offers that he's thinking about the possibility of doing 3 events per year. Now that would be a spectacle because Jamaica need as much high quality event as possible, and with the Glenn Mills brand, the Racers Grand Prix, the Glenn Mills being attached to that, and we have seen where MVP had been offering a lot of their athletes to those events. We can expect some very high quality showdown. We saw where Kishane Thompson, an athlete who had been relatively dormant since the Olympics, is set to make an appearance there. He was set to make an appearance at, I think it's the Xymeng Diamond League, and he pulled out. He's set to make an appearance against Oblique Seville. We can expect Akeem Blake to be there. It's the biggest names in Jamaica. This is nothing short of a showdown, and the athletes who are around the world who would like to challenge some of the greatest athletes from Jamaica, they will be looking to be a part of this event, and those who are not looking to challenge, they will be glued to their television expecting to hear something special coming out of Jamaica. We have seen where Masai Russell, the Olympics 100-meter female champion in the hurdle, the 100-meter hurdle female champion, she had already signed up. There had been a lot of athletes who had signed up, and the return, this is like the comeback story for Christopher Taylor, the biggest possible stage in Jamaica outside of the Jamaica Invitationals, you know, or the qualifiers. This is the biggest possible stage. Seeing Christopher Taylor coming back, it's very enthusiastic to see that. Glenn Mills is very excited about the positive response that he's getting from sponsors, including the Jamaican government, who had not been very helpful to the athletes or even very helpful to events. We have seen where the Grand Slam track came to Jamaica for the first edition, the first showing, and the support was underwhelming from the government at best. I would say that it was quite underwhelming, and the government are making an effort right now to support the Grand Prix, the Racers Grand Prix. So this event could be one of those staple events in Jamaica that pulls athletes from all over the world. I think this was where Noah Lyles challenged Oblique Seville won against him. So this is an event that pulls some of the biggest name athletes who had been hiding and staying away from the spotlight. They have been showing up at the Racers Grand Prix, and we should expect nothing different this time around. Just the simple fact that Kishane Thompson is expected to show up, and it's like a huge topic talking about Kishane Thompson, because we haven't seen the best from Kishane Thompson since the Olympics, because we haven't seen him at all. We have seen him at the Miramar Invitationals, and it was underwhelming. It's two teams racing against each other in the relays. Jamaica finished second place out of two, which means they finished last place. Kishane Thompson running that anchor leg. It was a disappointing effort for the fans who are watching, and not just the Jamaican fans, the fans around the world. They would have loved to see a little bit more coming out of Jamaica where that is concerned. We haven't really seen Jamaica putting their best athletes on display. I don't know, but again, we're coming from an Olympic year and going into a World Championship year, and this must be a very good time for the athletes. You know, Shelley and Fraser Price, for example, just stacking up championships on top of championships, and the reason for this is because there are just so many events that had been coming back to back to back to back. We should be anticipating Shelley and Fraser on the track, competing, challenging for dominance, because this is another World Championship year. At 37, she has been excellent already, running a win aided 10.96. We haven't seen a lot of athletes going under 10, going sub 11. We haven't seen a lot of female athletes going sub 11 because we just haven't seen a lot of events. But I just want to hear from you guys. Let me know what you guys think. Do you think that the Jamaica Athletics Administration, the JAAA, is being called out rightfully? Because they have been asked to sort themselves out by NACAC, the NACA president. Said, sort yourself out early for the World Championships, because you have been dropping the ball for your athletes, and would love to see your athletes performing and not being disappointed, asking, calling all over the world, trying to get their spot, get their names in the right places. And I'm sure that the athletes also will be taking a little bit of the responsibility on themselves to ensure that their names are submitted at the right time, and to confirm that the names was submitted. I wanted to hear from you guys. Drop your comments down below and let me know what you think. Rewrite the narrative, like and share and subscribe.